there is a video for that, but I actually realized that hosting has actually changed a lot of things. Like the interface to do that has changed. All right. Now, when you actually log into your hosting account or to your hosting account, this is what you will find. You actually see hosting, you see domain, you see they'll ask you to create a professional email, right? Now, in this particular video, the aim of this video is to show us how to install WordPress on a subdomain. Okay, on a subdomain. That's what we want to do right now. Okay, now what you simply do is, even you want to install WordPress on a main domain, you don't come to manage on domain. All right, you simply come to manage on the hosting plan. You see, this is a hosting plan and this is a domain, so everything you're doing has to be based here. All right, it has to be based on the hosting plan, premium web hosting. Just click on manage. Click on manage. When you click on manage, now let's say you've purchased your domain and you've not installed WordPress on it, right? Now you want to install WordPress on your domain. On your main domain, when you look here, you see this main domain here, which is Maya Fashion. Fashion Maya. Okay, that's the main domain. Now you simply just come down. If you want to install WordPress, you will see here WordPress overview, that and the rest. Okay, just come here on websites. Come on websites. When you click on websites, you see down here you see auto installer. Okay, then you see add website. Add website is when you want to add another domain to this hosting plan, but that's not what we want to do. We want to install WordPress for now on the main domain. Okay, before we see how to do it on a subdomain, just click on auto installer. Now when you click on auto installer, this is the interface you have. They'll ask you now to select what you want to install. Okay, what I want to install, WooCommerce, you want to install Joomla, you want to install maybe another CMS, but the CMS we want to install in this case is actually WordPress. So you just select WordPress and you get to the next interface, which you actually need to enter your email, you need to enter your username, your password. Okay, now then you select there are some other stuff you need to select. I don't even want to take the risk of clicking select. Okay, because this is a domain, this is a website I'm working on. All right, this is a website I'm working on. I don't even want to take that risk of selecting, because it might actually install another WordPress and wipe the previous one, which I'll have to lose the site. All right, so take note of this. Okay, this is for those who just purchase their domain, they haven't installed WordPress. You just come here and you do that. All right, now let's say you've actually gotten a domain and a hosting plan that hosts up to you can create about 100 subdomains, right? Like the plan I recommend in the video, where you actually have to purchase your domain and hosting. Now if you want to create a subdomain, you simply just come here, you see here domain, just come to domains, click on domains, then you see pack domain, you see subdomains, you see redirect. Okay, but what we want to create is a subdomain. Just come to subdomain, click on subdomain. Now they'll ask you to create a subdomain. Okay, let me just say I want to create um let me create a subdomain for let me just pick out anything. Okay, I'll just say hair. All right, I want to create a subdomain, hair. Then you make sure you select this custom folder for subdomain, so that it's going to create a custom folder where you're going to have these folders for this particular uh, site you want to create. When you do that, you need to give a name here. I'll just give a name here and I'll create. Okay, you see the subdomain created successfully, right? Now we have created this subdomain. So now what do we need to do? Okay, we need to install WordPress on this subdomain. All right, we need to install WordPress on this subdomain. So how do we do that? You're going to come back here under websites, click on websites, go to auto installer. We have to go back to auto installer. When you come to auto install, at first it was actually very easy, but hosting has actually made it a little bit complex. Okay, so now you have to come here. You see here, this is our main domain, fashion maya. Okay, fashionmaya.com. That's the main domain. Then now if you want to check out the subdomain, it's going to be hair.fashionmaya.com. Okay, now just click here and go to manage. Now when you click on where I actually showed you and come to manage, you see here, look up here, you see fashion maya here. This is a drop down. You see a drop down. You just simply just come here, select the subdomain you just created. Okay, select the subdomain you just created, which is hair.fashionmaya.com. Select it. When you select it now, this is what you've actually selected, the subdomain. Then you will see here detect WordPress. If you've actually installed WordPress, now you just detect the WordPress you installed. But in this case, we need to install WordPress. We are still installing a fresh or a new WordPress on it. All right, so this is it. Just install. Now this is the point where we are. All right, now you need to enter your detail. You enter your website title. You come down here, you enter the email you want to use. This email is actually the email you use to log into your WordPress dashboard. Okay, when you want to log into WordPress to start doing your site and the rest, then you have to come here, you enter your password here. I will not show you guys the password. Okay, anyway, this subdomain is just for practical purpose. After this, I'm going to delete it. All right, so you come down here, click on advanced. Now you look, they will show you installation path. Installation part is a part where you want to install this WordPress. Please take note so that you don't make a mistake and clear your main website. Maybe you have built a site and you want to create a subdomain to build another site just for practical purpose, or maybe for portfolio purpose to show a client. Then you go, and instead of you to install on the subdomain, you go and install on the main domain. It is going to clear off your main website. Okay, so take note of this installation part. Look at it. If this is the real subdomain you want to install WordPress on, you can still select. All right, you can select from here, but I'm leaving it as this subdomain we just created. All right, so when you do that, now you just take next and you come here. It is the same process like when you're installing WordPress on your main domain. This is the same interface you have. So you just come here, they'll ask you this. Just leave these ones like that. If you are French, you can change yours to French. If you're English, you leave it like that. Change it to whatever language you want. Then you come here, they say turn off automatic application update. Then they'll ask you update only to minor version, always update to latest available version. Select this third one and you click on install. That's all. It is going to be installed. Then you see your username, your password, and the rest. Okay, so that is it, and that's all what you need to do in order to create a subdomain or install WordPress on your main domain. All right guys, so see you in the next video. See you guys.